Alright, ready?
Yeah.
Hey, welcome to the channel, everybody. My name's Elmer, the forklift guy, and today, today we are working on. We're working on this Hyundai forklift. We did the brakes last week. They are wet brakes, right? So it's kind of like a transmission. You got discs and pressure plates, and so this one had locked up on the left side. It started smoking, and they had put brake fluid instead of hydraulic fluid, or 10W, whatever. It's equivalent to like ISO 32, I think. And so it contaminated everything, and so we had to do a full rebuild, basically. All seals, all pressure plates, all new discs. And then we just came back with the master cylinder because that didn't come in on time. So we're replacing the master cylinder, bleed the brakes, and then, you know, it should be done. Should be good to go. The way this works, right, you take the wheel off, you take all these Allen bolts off, and then you take the Allen bolts that are around, you will call the drum on most forklifts, is the drum, right? You take it out and it's got a planetary drive. And then the discs and pressure plates go behind it. So it's a pretty simple design, honestly. We replaced all the seals. I filmed that, so I still gotta edit that and put it on YouTube. So that part will come out first before this one. That way people kind of understand what we did. Yeah. Of kind of like, you know, all the work we did here compared to the work we're gonna do now, which is this. There's your master cylinder.
Yeah.
So the fluid comes through this hose into here, and then this is obviously your master cylinder that pumps pressure down into here, and that's what moves the pressure plate, or it engages the pressure plates, and that's what makes your forklift stop. It's a very more robust design. It lasts way longer than having to use drums and shoes, right? Like semi trucks and stuff like that. It's obviously way more expensive, but it will last way longer. You obviously have to do service interval every 1,000 hours. Replace the oil, just like your transmissions. Oil gets cloudy and builds up debris over time, but they made the mistake of putting it. Originally, this is what happened. This is what we gathered. The seals went bad, right? It started leaking out all the oil. All the oil came out. They noticed that the reservoir was empty, and they put brake fluid, DOT3, and that's what contaminated everything. And so keep that in mind. If you know your forklift has wet brakes, don't put brake fluid at all. And it'll tell you over here, look. So you see how it says SAE 10W? So this is your brake fluid reservoir, or not brake fluid, but your reservoir, right? 10W is the same as ISO 32, which is over here. You could use, there's another fluid. It's like tractor hydraulic fluid. I forget what it's called. Tanner knows what it's called. You can add that as well. It's the drive unit. It's not really like a drive unit. It's more like a planetary drive. And so that works with the hydraulic pump, and it all works with hydraulic fluid. See, the part about forklifts in general, or equipment, is they don't give you enough. Even with the service manual, they just don't give you enough information. For cars, for example, you can find anything and everything in the owner's manual. You know, with these forklifts, it's so hard to find information sometimes. Master cylinder. Essentially, it has like a little cylinder in there with two seals and a spring. And when you push this forward,
It's a squirter.
Yeah, pushes pressure out, and that goes through your lines down to your wheel cylinders, right? If it was like a drum and shoes, okay, each pressure plate has springs on it. So when you let go and the pressure, you let go of the pressure, it kind of goes back, and then the pressure plate and the discs are spinning normally. They're not engaged. So again, this goes, you press your pedal down, that pushes fluid out, down to the lines, into that man, I don't know what it's called. I can't stand when I don't know what things are called. And so the fluid pushes the thing out, that engages your pressure plate and your discs, and that's what stops your wheels on a wet brake system. So yeah, you know when these go bad, because when you bleed the brakes and you take the air out, when you go and press the pedal down, it's supposed to catch. If it goes all the way down, that means that either the seals are bad in here, or just the master cylinder itself can't hold the charge. So the pressure comes this way. What's stopping the pressure from going out is these two seals right here. And that's what was damaged originally on the on the forklift. Okay, I'll show you what it looked like. This is what it looked like when we took it out. See?
Oh yeah. Jeez.
So when you press on the brake pedal, all the pressure comes this way, and that slides out a little bit, right? And that's what engages your discs or clutch, whatever you want to call it, disc pack, and stops your wheel, right? So watch the pressure come out when I press the, see?
Oh yeah.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
See how the fluid's coming out? So that's me pressing the pedal, and he's just, see? And he just pried it out. So that in itself has little springs, see?
Oh yeah.
Those little springs. So when the pressure comes in from the master cylinder, when you press the pedal, it comes out and back in, out and back in. Does that make sense? So these little springs here are when the pressure pushes this out, the springs make it go back in. So it just does this motion when you press the pedal. And then that part pushes your discs and springs, which are right here. See? There's your discs, your pressure, your friction discs, and the pressure plates are on the big ones, the ones on the top. The oil that you put through the drive unit, through here, it's the same oil that is used across the board. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it even has a dipstick too. I'll show you here after this when we bleed the brakes. We'll check the oil level again. And I mean, it's pretty, I really like this design. I'd rather do this kind of brake job 10 times over, you know, shoes and brake drums. It's cheap. It's cheap, it doesn't last as long. You really just, all you have to do is service it every 1,000 hours. Kind of like excavators when you service the drive unit or the sprockets, whatever those are called, final drives.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's like a long final drive. On each side, it has a planetary drive. On this side and this side, and then the axle shaft goes in the middle, and that's your sun gear, right? Quote unquote your sun gear, like the final drives on the excavators, and that's being driven by your transmission. Your transmission decides whether to rotate this way or this way. It's basically full now. So you can either service it through here, you can dump the oil out, down from on here, or each individual planetary drive has its own whatever that's called, drain plug on the bottom. You drain both sides and you drain here, and then, you know, wait till it stops draining, put the bolts back on, and then fill it up through here. And it's got a breather, so you don't even need to take the air out. It's not looking good, bruv. I wonder when I change these rear tires to more highway tires, if this is, you know, if I'm ever gonna get stuck. We're at Tractor Supply. We're gonna look for the right differential oil for this this Hyundai. It's actually not differential oil. I mean, it's like from what I've seen online, or from what people are saying, it's a mobile fluid 424, which is like a high performance tractor hydraulic transmission fluid, which is basically what I'm trying to find here. I also need some DEF because I'm 90 miles to empty, and it'll put me at 55 miles an hour. So I gotta buy some. Yeah, let's see if this works. We'll put the new fluid in the differential, because the wet brakes, how they work on this system is the wheel cylinder and the master cylinder work together with the same fluid, which is 10W, which is ISO 32 hydraulic fluid, but the differential and the discs work with a different type of fluid. I didn't know that. You wanted me to, and all is said and done. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Premium tractor trans hydraulic fluid. Yeah, J28 plus. I mean, that's not for. This viscosity is comparable to SA20 crankcase, which is ISO 68 hydraulic fluid. Interesting. Really hope this works. I'm screwed. right, so basically, before I would move it and it wouldn't move this easy. Now I'm barely tapping on the brakes and it's braking fine. See? And before the pedal, the pedal will go all the way to the ground, and now it's not. So that was the first issue. And the second issue, we had to have the engine running engine running to bleed it, and have to adjust the parking brake cable and the master cylinder at the same time. So that's what took a while, but you know, thankfully now it has a pedal. So you locked me out? I was like, what the So they were complaining about a leak, a red leak, and it seems to be leaking from the base of the filter housing right here.
Oh yeah.
Right here.
See it. Yep.
So it was loose. I went to tighten it. It was loose. So this probably has never been changed. BT310. I think I might have one of these in my truck. Clean it. We'll run it. Most of the time, like on Toyotas, when they're leaking transmission fluid, it typically always leaks from these two hoses that go to the radiator and back. So these are your coolant lines, or not coolant lines, but the transmission fluid goes through these lines, through the radiator, gets cooled, and then comes back. I don't know. We'll replace this. We'll run it. See if it leaks again. But if you guys remember, this is the one that we put the engine in. When was this? Like a year ago? Yeah, something like that. It's about a year ago. Looking good, Brev.
Oh no. Oh, there she is.
This is a B179. It's a little shorter, but it'll do for now, I think. I think the gaskets are relatively the same. We've done so much stuff for this that, like I said, anything that you find leaks now is gonna be something like a hose, a filter.
What we got left to do is transmission. And I kind of knew that's. So when I started, when you first start the forklift, after it's been sitting all night, if you start it, put it in gear, you gotta like rev it up
For it to go?
a little bit, not like, but yes.
And the wheels aren't locking, right? They're not locking up?
No, they're not locking.
Okay.
But it'll take a little bit of gas before it starts to move.
But you did the transmission fluid when all that crap happened with the radiator.
Yeah, it's full.
It's full. Good.
I mean, these transmissions, they're pretty bulletproof, especially the older ones. Yeah.
All right.
Another thing that can cause it to not move is this inching pedal right here.
Yeah.
So when you press this pedal here, is you call your inching pedal.
Yeah.
And so when you press it down, it puts your transmission in neutral. Right here, that's technically neutral.
So
if it gets stuck, or let's say you like press this down and this cable is not moving,
it's not. Yeah.
it could think that it's in neutral.
Gotcha. Yep.
That's one thing. The other thing is, you might start showing signs of a bad transmission.
It's been like that for a long time.
I highly doubt it's gonna.
No.
Usually when transmissions go bad is the forward drum or reverse drum. So when you go from forward, right, you're going straight, and let's say you want to stop real quick and go forward, and you go in reverse and it doesn't catch, that's a real issue. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today. We thought we were gonna do something else today, but the brakes kind of took us a little while this morning. But tomorrow, actually I'll film tomorrow for the Kubota. We're doing the Kubota tomorrow, so that video already posted on YouTube. It's somewhere here. We'll watch that, the Kubota that didn't start. We're gonna be finishing it tomorrow. Thank you guys for following along today. If you learned something, let me know down in the comments. If I did something wrong or something we could have done better, let us know in the comment section. Or if you know exactly what hydraulic fluid the differential takes for those Hyundais, let me know in the comment section, because I personally don't know. I just know that it's supposed to be universal tractor fluid. Like, it's hydraulic oil, but it's just thicker and has other additives. Thank you for following along. God bless. Have a good day. Spend time with your family. It's almost Christmas. It's officially Christmas time.
Thanksgiving.
I don't care what you guys say about Thanksgiving. It's officially Christmas time. So, yeah.